Thank you. Tell me when you're recording.
Ready.
Cool. Thank you, everyone, for coming again. You find yourself in the school you've been looking for, Elderith Academy. You have breached the front doors in form of a little bunny. And I will let Tristan take control and go where his little bunny heart wants to go.
A bunny, bunny, bunny. Alright. I'm going to do this systematically. So, floor by floor. Here we go. Just let me know if we need to roll combat and move in turns or anything like that.
Yep.
Just remembering the comment that we made at the end of last time with the rabbit being able to speak with your voice, but the more distant you are, the more distant the voice sounds coming from the rabbit.
I do want to cut in. Just give... Oh, god damn it. Tailspire.
Did it crash?
Did it crash?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yay, it's a sign of good things, I'm sure.
Waiting on Gum.
While I have this load up, you find yourself in the kitchen area, but the hearth is cold. It's clear no one's done any cooking in here for a while, though all the resources are still there: cooking utensils, wood for the fire, more shelf-stable goods. Nothing, there's no meat, but there might be dried meat, stuff like that.
Yeah, my stupid little bunny doesn't have improved senses, so can't be like, sniff sniff, oh hey, I know things.
Don't call Thumper dummy.
What?
Don't call Thumper dummy.
Dumb.
So rude.
Alright, this area looks interesting, like a big pile of stuff.
The second room you go into looks to be a storeroom. You can find tables that might be moved for feasts or chairs, things like that. Candles, things that they would need from day to day.
Do I hear any sounds of life as I'm moving about?
Roll
Imagine-
a d20.
Sure.
Or roll perception.
Yeah, I imagine the rabbit is going to be staying as quiet as it can. I can roll stealth if you want.
Yeah, give me both.
Alright, so Perception is 14.
Okay.
And Stealth is an 8.
So perception, you hear the wind whistling through the cracks in the walls, through broken windows. You're able to find some few fresh vegetables if you want to nibble on those as you're making your way through.
Yeah.
The Xander part of you sees that there's some books in here that might be interesting as if you have the time for it, but you don't hear any life or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, if I see anything interesting, I'm going to make note of it, and then I'll tell the party once I'm returned to my own senses.
Yep. And you don't hear anyone responding to your presence.
Okay. Alright, I move to what looks to be a classroom.
This is a dining hall.
Oh, a lot of books.
A lot of students eating through lunch. Or eating through lunch,
Work.
reading through lunch. No, students are eating through lunch, and that's weird. No, equally cold fireplace here. You see, again, a lot of books about magic. A lot of basic stuff that you would expect to find in an academy like this to teach students.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that really stands out.
Okay.
Give me another perception.
Okay. Keep the this one the perception die. That's going to be a 13.
You see the hole in the corner, the bottom left.
Oh. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay. I am going to... Am I able to... Let me check the description of my spell real quick. Beast sense. You touch a willing beast. For the duration of the spell, you can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears. Continue to do so until you use your action to return to your normal senses. Lasts up to 1 hour while perceiving through the beast's senses. Gain the benefit of any special senses. Deafen to your own surroundings. Okay, so I think I would quickly use my action to return to my own senses and let the group know that I have found a strange trap door inside, and I'm going to keep looking. You know, I'm going to clear the floor before we go any further, and I think once I'm convinced, I'll tell them, once I'm sure there's no one on the first floor at least, I think we can move in, and then I can scout ahead again.
Okay.
And then I will jump back into the bunny senses. I'm going to leave the trapdoor alone for now. Confirm back in the foyer. There's a staircase up. And I'm going to pop over here. What do I see?
This is another storeroom. This one has a lot of furniture, rugs, blankets, that kind of thing. Seems like this is a place the students live for a decent amount of time, so they want to make sure they have adequate supplies.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly check the corners, make sure there are no more secrety secrets.
Nope, you don't see anything.
Alright, just in case you need me to, I'm going to hop over to the other end of the room. Same deal. Up. Oh. Haha, what?
You see some bags of grain, but beyond that, nothing interesting. Oh god, he's stuck.
Does he have to roll to not be enticed by the grain?
Oh,
That's
I rolled
up to you guys.
7 on die.
Oh, looks like you're gonna spend a couple turns eating some grain.
Alright, I'm gonna bounce back into my own senses and say, alright, I have cleared the first floor of the building. If we stay quiet, we should be able to move in safely, and then I can explore further from there.
Also, I forgot to tell you to do your Cameron roll.
Cameron roll.
Oh shit!
Cameron roll. That was bang, right?
What?
Yeah, it
I
was
already
bang.
forget.
Ugh.
I got a 2.
I got a 15.
I already forget how to type it.
Bang RD 30.
Uh-huh.
Exclamation
Oh,
point.
bang. Oh, that's okay.
Vice Maiden does not like me.
No.
I'm using
Ah.
Avery. God, Kate always wins these.
What'd you get, Kate?
Oh, but wait, 22. Doesn't it have to be
Close to Cameron.
closest to what Cameron?
Nope. This one is just the highest roll, so that I can give the bad guys the +1.
Wow.
Like last time, we almost had the bad guys get a +1, but there weren't any, so it wouldn't have mattered. But
Oh,
Kate got the highest, right?
she got 22. Size.
Cool.
Ours.
I got a 4, so
Sam was the most Cameron.
And closest without going over, so I mean...
Alright. I'm gonna roll up some Xander stealth.
Yo, fuck.
Alright, awesome. Xander got a 6.
for stealth.
Yep.
And I clank in behind you with a... Hang on.
You have disadvantage.
Somewhere in here there's a second D20.
Time to use other d20s, because that one has given me a 3 and a 4.
Carol got a 10.
Oh, that's actually not terrible. Hang on a second. And by not terrible, I mean 11.
And then L got bad.
Worse than the clanking suit of armor.
I mean, Carol got worse than the clanking suit of armor.
Okay.
L got 8. No, wait, he get 10. L got 10.
And all of you,
Which makes sense that Carol and L got the same, you know?
all of you roll a perception check.
I am ostensibly not
Oh,
garbage.
right, I got a dirty 20.
Oh, where did I put my dice? Why did I put them back in the bag?
Carol got a 12. L gets advantage on these. And crit. L got a 23.
I got 4. My passive is 11.
What is your ability to perceive what L can perceive?
I can... Actually, I don't know if I have...
He usually has to tell you what he sees, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause-
But he can communicate with you.
I think that the only thing that she can get from L is like vibes. So like if L
Okay.
notices something, then she's gonna like L can make it clear that like there's a thing that way. But whether or not L can speak, L doesn't speak because of what it would do to Carol's psyche.
So, L looks a little bit nervous. You get the impression that there's something above you that it may have noticed. Or maybe it's just nervous being in a giant tower. You don't know.
I'm gonna... I shrug my shield into place. Or, you know, whatever. Equip my shield.
Okay.
Not in response to anything, just, you know.
It's good to have shield.
Yeah.
Carol will whisper, seems like there might be things close and above us.
Close the door. I'll check with the rabbit.
How do I close the door?
Right click. I'm gonna use my action to jump back into the rabbit.
That sounds so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what is going on with your body while this is happening?
He just knelt down and is, he went into the corner and is just kneeling down. I'm going to have the rabbit go hippity-hoppity up the stairs.
Okay. The first area you get to is just a large hallway. Nothing in it.
Alright. Perception check to see where those footy steps are. That's a 14.
You're not sure?
Okay. Do I hear them at all? Am I closer to them?
You're closer to them, but you yourself do not hear them.
Interesting. I'm going to take the
You only
rat-
got it secret. Anything lower than that wouldn't have gotten it.
Okay. Well, where the fuck did the fucking rabbit just go?
Wanted to be free!
The real
from
reason the
place to
school
place.
closed.
You know what? God damn it. Urgh. I'm gonna have the rabbit hop into this room.
Mhm.
And, knock some things off of this table.
Give me 1 second.
Where did the rabbit go?
Under the table.
On top of the table now. I'm going to, like, quickly jump back into my own body, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put a finger to my lips and say, creating a diversion. See if I can get them to believe that it's just a wild animal.
I still feel like it's only a matter of time before they hear me clanking about.
We won't move until at least I've figured out where they are. Oh, hang on. I've got to go back to my rabbit.
So the room you are in is a little bit overwhelming compared to the others.
Yeah.
It is packed with books and vials and spell components. It is clear that this is somewhere that a lot of work was done. You're not sure if it's by the students or by someone else, but it looks like they kind of just dropped everything and left because even decently valuable supplies are left behind.
Alright, yeah. I'm just gonna spend a moment, like, just hopping across the desks and just making sure to knock things onto the floor with a clatter.
Okay.
And then, like, after I hit the second or third disc on that, it's just, I'm gonna have it jump to the ground and just bolt out of the room. Look as much like an animal that's scared itself and is running away from a perceived threat as possible.
The room you are in is lined with bookshelves and shelves filled with different, like, vials of powdery substances and liquids. And all through the middle are desks where students have left notes and other paperworks. This looks like a study hall.
Just gonna hop up here and start chewing on a piece of paper.
Yum, 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 yum.
Do another perception check just to see if anybody's coming yet. Got a 12.
Just hear the wind.
Okay. Boop. Back to the staircase. Alright, looks like this is the way to go. Boop. Bookshelves.
Bookshelves, workstations. Looks like you found the floor where a lot of the experiments and hands-on learning was done.
Alright. So I'm going to chew on a few more things. I'm going to return to my body.
Mhm.
Gone. Myself. Slice. There we go. Alright. And upon returning to my body, I will whisper to the nearest person, I don't see anyone on the second floor, and I don't hear any movement. We should check out that trap door. If the movement, and I'm going to confirm this with Carol, if the movement was coming from the floors up above us, then we should be safe going down.
Where was the trapdoor?
I can lead us there. Follow me. try and be stealthy. Okay, that's much better. That should be a 17.
If everyone can roll a stealth roll.
I
is a
have
D10.
doubts.
Are we
I
able
am-
to take 10?
Yeah.
So we can just move slower. If you guys are rolling under 10, we can take 10, move slower, and just pretend we got 10s. I don't know if you'll let us take 20. They don't talk about taking 10 and 20 in 5th edition, unfortunately.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. If you guys want to take 20 and have it be in-game, it takes it a little bit slower.
Take 20 would just creep our way there. I'm feeling pretty good about my 17, so I'm gonna, I'll just be like, go slow. I'll make sure it's still safe. I'm gonna peer down the hall. So with you guys taking 20, that's, what, a 19 for Miriam?
Actually, I have 0 dex.
Oh, okay. So it's a 20.
Yeah, I actually don't have any, proper dump stats.
I would make the case that the disadvantage should still apply a -5 to it.
Ooh,
Yeah, fair enough.
so rude.
That works.
I know it's me,
Yeah.
but I feel like
It's fair. I'm flanking around in a suit of full plate armor.
She takes double 20, Sam. She just moves even slower.
No, she has to take a 25.
when
are just like,
when
"Hurry up."
when Xander started to go away and Carol turned, she almost tripped on her feet.
Oh, goodness.
But caught herself and then just went as slow as possible. Elle is going to stay here watching the staircase.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So while I'm waiting for them to catch up with the take 20, I will jump back over to Bunny.
Arcana is just understanding of magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And if still nobody is... Oopsie, is that not locked? No, it is.
Just a quick rules question. If I wanted to have you guys roll to get the vibes of the place, is there a specific roll for that?
I might do insight, or just a wisdom roll in general, pick a skill.
Yeah.
I would probably say insight. Because sort of, it's not really meant for places. It's more for people, but
Yeah.
it's still I'm
It's a vibe
inciting
check.
the vibes of a thing.
Yeah.
So insight is good for that.
Yeah.
If it's specifically this place feels like it should be magic, and I want to do a magic vibe check, then I would say
Yeah.
Arcana. But for just a general vibe check of a place.
You guys can give me an insight.
Can I not use that die?
The vibes here are overwhelming. I pass
Got a natural 25.
My passive insight's at 11.
I got a 7 because the proficiency adds 3. I'm rolling very well today.
Hey, you roll better than me.
I got 14, which is my passive.
I'm too focused on where I'm putting my foot
And
to get the vibe of anything other than the floor in front of my feet, and that seems treacherous.
anyone who got above a 10, you have a very, very unnerving feeling coming from this building. Feels like something horrific happened here. Something unnatural and dark has happened in this place. Like an affront that has caused a tear And
So
you,
you're saying it feels like home.
yeah, that's why you didn't pick up on it, because it's just like, yeah, this is what places feel like.
I'm
Carol
done.
feels more comfortable here because it's an understood
Oh my gosh.
danger than she did back in the comforting zone by the Druid Inn.
The it feels like people leaving in an emergency. Like you can that type of feeling of things are left in a way that they were meant to come back. Like they meant to keep using it when they left, but were never able to come back.
How do I change back from tiles to feet?
You can't. That's the DM
that's
controls that.
Oh, never mind. That's fine then.
How do I change that?
You go to the gear,
Yep.
and it should be on the. I think it's on the main page. Let's see, it'll be like not under quality settings. I think it's under UI settings, or maybe. I'm not sure because I can't see it when I'm not the DM, so I don't know what it appears under.
I am using Divine Sense.
Which did Xander go into the storage room door or into the classroom door?
Xander's body went. You saw him. He went straight ahead, straight
Okay.
across the room from the door we entered.
Yeah. I wanted to know which door I should be moving toward, because I know
Yeah.
I saw him go there. I just can't see the token anymore, so didn't actually remember.
So wherever the stairs are, the door right next to the stairs.
Yeah.
I am using Divine Sense.
I'm not seeing that.
Try under other settings, perhaps.
Oh, I see.
The middle one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine. I can do the math.
I know, but
12
it's something you guys have wanted to change for a while.
I don't care. I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, generally, I actually kind of prefer tiles, but it does
I'm not.
make it when I'm doing a.
Well, it's in
Not
there
seeing it.
somewhere.
Mhm.
But I don't have access to it as not the DM, so I don't remember where. But I would have thought it would be like under UI settings, since that's where UI scale is and stuff like that.
I can make you a. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah.
Divine Sense?
So
Read it for me one more time.
As an action, I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna say this counts. Yeah, something very evil has happened here.
It's been discriminated.
Yeah, this is not somewhere you want to be, especially like this is. I would say your character is very uncomfortable with the knowledge that they just gained of like, while you don't know what happened, you know something horrible and evil has happened.
You should, I think, look at the Hallow spell, which should also describe the effects of Desecrate, and decide if you want some of those effects to be playing out then, because they have some pretty nice, like, ambient things that can happen that make a place just nasty to be. Like, and it can just be bad vibes, but it can also be, like, bad rolls or stuff like that, too.
I got the bad rolls already covered, so like we don't need the environment to do that for us.
Yeah, same.
That is good to know for the future.
It's
I
very
appreciate
fun
that.
spell.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, the players rarely have any reason to use either version, but having the bad guys have done it before the players get there, it just makes a lot of sense for so much. It's like it's a bad guy setup spell. Anyway, so Bunny is on this floor with lots of beds. Are these doors all closed? Because Bunny can't get through those.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna say they're close.
Okay. I'm gonna do another bunny sense check. Bunny got a 12. Sounds.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the 3rd floor.
It seems so, yeah.
You hear whispers above you.
Ooh, whispers. Well, I'm going to have Bunny start hopping up the stairs. And about halfway up the stairs, I'm going to quickly jump back into my body. Have my friends caught up with me at all?
It's up to them.
Yeah, that's a good question, though. I don't know what the
Actually, they are all trying to get to the same place.
I'm just behind because I paused for,
Yeah.
or I in person, out of character, paused for a while to look at, the stuff I was doing.
Yeah, it's
So
more
I
a question
probably-
of how slow
The
did you want us
20.
to be moving and how much time has passed because of it.
Yeah.
I say it's about a minute or 2 until they can fully get to you.
Okay. So if they're not there yet, then I'll just shrug and jump back into the bunny. Having moved the slider up so that I can see the next floor, I see that there's a bro Sith at the top of the stairs there. Do we see each other?
And that's pretty clear view. Yeah.
So as Bunny, I'm gonna have it kind of sniff around and be carefully just hopping into the new area, and then when he notices the Dragonborn, it's just gonna freeze.
So what you see is a female black dragonborn in a robe with a traveling cloak over it. Very simple outfit. And she's going to look down at you, see that you're a rabbit, and shake her head and kind of just walk off. It's an old building.
Alright, I didn't know if, I wanted to play that, see if I could convince them I was just a rabbit. They didn't blast me, that's nice. I thought he might get blasted. So when
I don't know why they didn't. That's perfectly good food right there.
Shut up!
Oh my goodness.
Do you know how much food is in this place, Sam?
How much of it was non-perishable?
A decent amount.
How much of
They're
it
not-
is fresh rabbit?
Oh my
Huh?
god.
They're not in the city, so it would take a little bit to get rations, and you would think
Yeah,
that the
that's
school would have
How much of it is fresh rabbit? Not a
none of
lot.
it, Sam.
Stop
roll me
encouraging him to kill my poor buddy.
Roll a perception check for me, Tristan.
Can do. Stop using that die that's been mean. Cool. This die is exactly as mean. 12 again.
That's it. You see the top of the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna say that I think that rabbits kind of stay frozen while people move around.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have it, a moment or two after they've gone. I'm gonna just have the rabbit pop back down and head into this corner here where it feels safe. Whoops, that's in the wall. Feels a little safer there, and then I'm gonna zip back to my body. Go back to my bod.
Oh, so you are all now at the trapdoor.
Excellent. I'm gonna say, oh, good, you're here. They seem to be up on the 4th floor, and I think they don't currently suspect anything because one of them saw my little thumper buddy, and they didn't blast him. It was a woman.
Well, that must be the second Dragonborn that was seen coming here then.
Yes, seems to be the case. Yeah. I know that the token was a black Dragonborn holding a wand. Were they armored, holding a weapon, or did they appear like a magic caster, or just like plain clothes? Like, what did they appear like combat-wise?
Combat-wise, let me pull up their thing. They have a staff, like a quarterstaff.
Okay. Yes, I think perhaps they could be a magic caster. Let's just check down here to see if there's anything. Make sure nothing comes up behind us, or if there's anything of use, and then we'll head up there. Okay, that didn't work. I'm just gonna.
Gonna just like go down and then teleport. Is there a down?
Should be.
Oh.
How do you teleport again? Because I
Left
always
shift
forget.
click.
Yeah.
Carol's arrived. These hearts appear to be on. Oh my goodness. Wall of weapons.
Left
I think
shift.
Xander will have, like, touched down, stepped away from the ladder, and turned to look at the room, and he'd just be, like, gawking at the wall of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, hold left shift and then click on your token, and then it like floats up a little bit, and then you can click somewhere else, and it'll drop them there.
It should give you, like, a ghost image of your token that you can place.
There we go.
Huzzah.
Yeah. So I want you to roll insight one more time, and insight and perception.
Okay, insight first. Alright, that is a 17 on insight. I vibe checked this place.
Jesus Christ.
Haha! That was an 18 on die,
Damn.
which my insight makes that a 21.
Fucking hell. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
And then perception, you said?
Yep.
Damn. That is a dirty 20.
I'm gonna do the insight quick, or actually, yeah, give me the everyone's perception.
14.
Okay.
Dirty
Nat
20.
1. My passive is 11.
So for everybody but Kate, unfortunately, looking around this place, you can tell this is somewhere that was not, so somewhere off limits to most of the people in this building. Going through, like, or looking around, you can see this is where whatever horror happened, this is where it happened. You are very off-put by being in here. It feels, I mean, maybe not Carol. I'm not going to anything I say infer through your character. But something very wrong happened in this basement. This is somewhere that something terrible happened.
I'm worried I can already guess what it was. I feel like, I know that he can feel this, but I also feel like, in addition, Xander would just be sensitive to those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Especially as it likely involves children, and so he's very, carefully going to move over to the table and see if he can make anything out in the notes. He speaks Draconic, obviously, and I don't know how you run your world, but I usually have Draconic be the root of the magic language. So if that helps, then he will use it.
So you're going through the books. What are the other two doing?
So that was the perception for that, or that was the vibe check?
Kind of both, honestly.
Okay.
My passive vibe check is 14.
Yeah, we vibed. We all got some vibes here.
That's true. I guess you would notice the same things.
Or at the very least, the bad feels intensify.
But for perception, are there, like, scorch marks or, like, bones or something around that we should see?
I'll tell you that as you search the room.
Okay, well, I'm reading notes and books and such to see if there's notes on experimentation or anything that Xander would find disagreeable.
I think Carol would start from the other end, but be doing something similar.
And
I speak Common, Deep Speech, Elvish, and Sylvan. I mean, I'm screwed if it's Draconic.
I speak
But
Draconic.
if they were
Common.
cavorting with Illithids, then I'm golden.
so, Mirian, what are you up to?
I'm gonna look at, I don't know, the weapons.
Okay. So
I have no specific purpose, but
You're even
Xander,
yes.
what you are. You don't know much about magic, right?
Not much. I don't know if you've read my story, but he has dealt with a mage or two, and he is aware of what evocation and conjuration magic can do. Beyond that, he doesn't have any ability for magic of his own, aside from wielding the primal force that he has.
Okay. So, you can't quite tell what the pieces are putting together. But because you know Draconic, you can tell some of the words. You can piece together what some of the words mean. And you can tell, like, some of the words are implying moving energy. A lot of diagrams of weapons. You're not sure what it's doing, but you're piecing together moving energy, magical weapons, and
Were they grafting children's souls into
I
swords
think
to
so.
make magic?
he's just going to, like, as he's turning these pages,
Sam,
he's just going to whisper.
piece by piece, okay?
He's just going to
You
whisper
don't jump to the end of the story.
to Carol. I don't really understand magic, but I think I know why this place was shut down.
I think Carol is looking at the notes in Draconic and just confused that it's not Sylvan, because that's how she was taught magic. And like magic theory was Sylvan.
The notes
Just
aren't. The notes aren't fully in Draconic.
But like the
they're
magic
just terms
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she's very confused with not knowing the terminology that's being used because her Arcana learning was in the Feywild.
And you said you don't know much about Arcana, right?
Carol?
Yeah.
No, Carol does. She was explicitly taught Arcana.
Okay. You said you did it last time. God.
No, I didn't.
I
Because
might have
I
misinterpreted.
rolled Arcana. On
We
the
just joke that
things.
usually warlocks
Oh, yeah.
are just given power without understanding that power.
Yeah, no, that's generally the case. But Carol was explicitly taught.
Okay.
So I think upon not being able to pick up the terminology, she would probably like skim some bits of notes, but then like look at the devices in here and roll Arcana to try and understand with the talking around the magic and what she can see about things, trying to piece together what or how.
Yes! I got a 0 on my Arcana check!
God, that is a 13.
nice.
Do I have advantage from Xander telling me anything?
I
Yeah,
would
okay.
have like let her know. So like I had explicitly said I think I know why this place got shut down.
Between what you can pick up and what Xander has said, you can piece together that they were trying to find a fuel source to power and like a strong weapon. And Mirian, all of the weapons on the wall, if you want to take one down or just look at them, are incredibly well made. How do magic weapons work? Can people tell a weapon is a magic weapon?
It depends.
Or do you have to,
like sometimes it's really obvious because it's glowing or has a fire on it or something. Other times it's really not obvious, and when you pick it up, maybe you can feel the power. Sometimes they need to be attuned, so they'll just feel like a normal weapon until you've attuned it, and then the magic will flow. So it's kind of a dealer's choice.
Okay. You're not getting anything explicitly from these, just by looking at them?
And just hear the anguished cry of a child.
Oh my god.
Broken shard blades.
I can't tell stories with people who read as much as this group.
Don't worry. There's me. I don't read as much as these guys. I think I will maybe look at like a particularly well-made weapon, or I mean they all look good, I'm sure, but maybe one of the larger swords, pull it down off and give it like a kind of test swingy thing.
Okay. You can tell this weapon, while the craftsmanship is pretty good, like it's around the same quality as a normal weapon you would find, it's moving through the air a little bit better. It does feel like attacking with a magic weapon, that it seems easier to get the weapon exactly where you want it to be. So if you were to attack someone, it would be easier to hit them.
I guess I'm I'm gonna give kind of a satisfied and maybe hang on to it. Because I have no idea what's going on magic-wise.
I feel like Xander and Carol will be like working toward each other as they skim over the notes and coming to the conclusion until they kind of like bump into each other or whatnot, and they kind of, I just imagine them looking at each other as they're both like getting that vibe that they know what's going on here and it's bad.
Just have that conclusion at just about the same time. I think there are some points where Carol turns to you and is like, "What does this mean?" And then you say we translate it, and then she just like nods.
And yeah, I think at this point he's just got like the slumpy shoulders. It's like, at that point, noticing Mirian with the weapon, and just say, "Mirian, I think you might want to come hear what we've learned."
Okay. I'll maybe take 10 since we know, or maybe not even bother taking 10 since we know that
We're really far away and in a secret place. It seems, and he's going to be kind of like looking to Carol frequently as he speaks to make sure that he's voicing a shared opinion. From the notes that we've been looking at, that perhaps these magic weapons, he kind of gestures to the wall.
and the one I'm still holding.
Yeah, crafted using the students.
She's gonna kind of stare at you blankly for a second, and then like this look of abject horror washes over her face, and she just tosses the sword away from herself. Obviously not in your guys' direction, like
Oh no.
that way.
I think that Xander would want to try to catch it. Actually, I would like to roll like a dexterity saving throw to try to catch it, if I may.
Go ahead.
That is unfortunate. That's a 6. I don't have an inspiration.
Oh, you guys all start each session with an inspiration.
I'm going to use my inspiration because this is important to him. That is an 11.
Okay. You fumble it a little bit, but you're able to catch it and stop it from falling onto the ground.
He's gonna just like dive a little bit and kind of like just keeping it from clattering to the ground, and he's going to set it very delicately on the table. And like at first this just seems like an attempt to prevent loud noise from giving him away, but as he gets it onto the table, he's going to like pat the surface and say,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
She's also gonna say, like, as she, just pretty soon after you grab it, she's gonna be like, do you think they can still? And she's gonna just kind of trail off there.
I don't know, but I don't feel like treating them like objects.
She'll nod and kind of place a hand on the hilt of the sword before turning her eyes away.
To truly understand the means, we would need to spend more time than we likely have studying these notes. And
Yes.
likely the machinery.
This doesn't have much to do with what we're here for, but it is something that I'd like to deal with once we're done with our true mission.
Miriam nods. She seems to be having trouble speaking. You might see tears in her eyes.
I think Carol is going to begin collecting the notes.
It's a good idea.
You notice one book you haven't opened up. The one with the red jewel on the table next to the dagger.
Oh, really? We hadn't opened that one? Okay. Does it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks to be the Grand Meisters who runs the school's journal.
And what language is it written in?
You know. Give me 1 second.
Terran.
It's Sylvan.
You're gonna see, like, Xander, like,
Smiles.
looks at, turns a few pages, turns them back, spins the journal upside down, turns the pages again, and then he just goes, tree squiggles.
Carol smiles, like, visibly. I think you've picked up by now, the farther from L Carol is, the easier it is to read her emotions on herself, as opposed to from L.
Gotcha.
Neat.
And she says, a proper magic book.
He's going to just slide it toward you. Why don't we go find out why these Dragonborn are here and have taken the sword as they have? I'd like to hear their side of the story.
Miriam will nod grimly, because she now suspects that the sword might be one of these.
Possibly. I don't
Carol,
know.
are you reading the journal?
I think that she just puts it in her bag. I think like
Okay.
she had skimmed it enough to see that it was clearly Sylvan, but puts it away because she doesn't feel like we have until we've confronted the Dragonborn, we don't have the time to devote to this investigation, and so she doesn't want to start that.
How long did we spend down there, Cameron? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Probably about 20 minutes.
Okay. I've got a little time left at my bunny.
The Benoy.
I'm going to get to the top and make room for other people to come as well. And then I'm going to let the person next up after me know that I'm taking control of the rabbit again. And I'm going to see... I was going to say... see if I can put them into a talking mood. Wish me luck.
Oh dear.
They seem jumpy.
I think Carol is going to communicate telepathically with L to ask if he had seen anyone on the stairs, because he was there watching to see if somebody tried to leave or anything.
Time to do a sniff. Do a sniff, do a... Gotta get very still. It's like right in the middle of a sniff, and then gets very still.
You can see that it looks like both Dragonborn are near the stairs, talking.
Yeah, Bunny's gonna freeze. What are they talking about?
The male Dragonborn will say, You heard it earlier. There was someone in the tower, and then you tell me that there was a rabbit. Then the female will say, Yes, and I'm not sure it was just a normal rabbit. There are ways to control such a creature, but I don't want to be so paranoid that every single animal seems like an enemy. We'll have to wait.
It's not paranoia if everyone really is out to get you.
So am I able to see this thing at the top of the stairs that looks like a fucking landmine?
You're at the top?
Yeah, right there. You see the bunny?
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
There's a thin thread between the two.
Ah, like a tripwire.
Yep.
Gotcha.
You could just barely, you just barely missed it earlier.
I feel like a rabbit in the wild that finds something like that would nibble on it.
If you want, we can do a d20 to see if you're able to control the rabbit.
Sure. What do you want me to roll in? Just a d20?
Just d20.
That's a 3.
You nibble the rope.
They might have noticed the movement. They might hear the crunch, 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 crunch. I don't know.
So the thread snaps, and you hear a slight an alarm in the room to your left, and both Dragonborn immediately turn to look at you.
Okay. I mean, I had lost control of the rabbit, and it nibbled the rope or the string. I don't know. What does this alarm sound like? Is it the kind of thing that I feel would make a rabbit freeze, or would make a rabbit bolt?
Sounds like a bell.
Probably
So,
bolt.
okay.
That's what I think. I think
Yeah.
that the moment it snaps and the bell starts dinging, it's gonna, like, squeak and just sprint down the stairs away from the bell. I don't know if that's going to make it more suspicious or less suspicious, but I just feel like that's what a rabbit would do.
That is completely fair. And how big are is each tile? Is it 5?
5 feet.
Okay. You're going to hear them following you, trying to see what's going on.
I think this thing's going to be just bolting, so it's like it's not even going to run down the next set of stairs. It's going to leap off this landing.
Yep.
And just try and find a corner, because I know all these doors can't. They're all closed, so this room is just all corners with nothing to hide under. But a scared animal would probably just do that, just press itself against a wall and be as still as possible.
Okay.
I think back here is very, very corner-like. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this. Boop, boop, boop. There's supposed to be a wall that prevents falling onto the stairs back there? Or is that just open to the stairs?
There should be a wall that prevents it.
Good. Then it's definitely where the rabbit would tuck itself.
Yep. The last thing you hear as you run back is the Lady Dragonborn saying, "There must be someone here. We must prepare." And them walking away.
Bunny.
The Benoy.
They're so suspicious of all the animal. I'm gonna return to my body and let my friends know what I just heard.
Yep.
Say, it seems that they had a tripwire alarm up there, and the rabbits set it off.
Shall we go to confront them?
It seems that they're preparing for a fight, so expect that. And yes, we should confront them rather than giving them a chance to leave, but I think they'll be holed up. They might have traps prepared, so be careful where you step once we reach the 4th floor.
Are we going to dispense with the stealth?
We should probably try to stealth, but yes, likely we won't succeed.
Alright, so just doing my roll with disadvantage.
I got a 7.
I got 12.
I got an
I
8.
have, I have a +2 to this.
I got a
still
rock.
beat Carol.
Yeah, you're not as quiet as you would hope. You can't be sure if they know how many of you there are, but they definitely know there are a few people in the building.
Oh, I got to roll for Ale.
I mean, when the alarm went off, did they not look over and see the rabbit who had just chewed through it?
Yeah, they saw the rabbit run down.
Oh, okay.
Ale's stealth is shit. Ale got a 21.
They'll
Just
never
doesn't make
know there's a
sense for
pseudo
thing
dragon.
that's flying.
So we get back to Elle, and Carol goes back to being very cold and emotionless.
Where the fuck am I?
On the stairs, I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Elle's still on the stairs.
Towers are a challenge. Where did Xander go? Are you higher up on the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, shit,
I mean, he's told you it's up on the 4th floor, so
Yeah.
he would say stay close, but the staircase is pretty straightforward. It's a central spiral. Alright, now I'm gonna try stealth again, now that we're close. That is a 15.
I guess I'll make another attempt. I don't think I'm gonna do better than an 8, but
I got another 7. I've been using different dice for this every single time.
I got a 19!
Keep rolling fucking 5.
What, you double 20'd?
I got a 19 and a 20, yeah.
So you got an 18. Oh no, a 19, yeah. I keep thinking you're at -1, I'm sorry.
Assuming my abilities.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stop at the top where there was a tripwire and just see if they set it again.
Nope.
Okay. And I'm going to look around with my Perception just to see if I can spot any other traps or pitfalls. That's a 15 for Perception.
You don't see anything.
Okay. I'm going to move off the stairs and signal that the others follow me.
Do I feel like I could cast a spell without people hearing me with that stealth?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Carol.
Sweet.
Sweet.
So
That means my
plus 2
AC goes up by
AC.
2.
2.
Yes.
That means I'm at 17.
I'll never be able to hit you.
I'm also gonna, for shits and giggles, use Divine Sense again.
You
'Cause
feel
why not? Also, I want to be keeping a
you feel the root of the evil is in the next room.
Oh shit.
great.
Evil sword.
God damn it.
Fucking night blood in there.
Do you want to
The
do
second campaign where I have had a great ending. You guys are like, no, you don't get to have that character moment. You guys are too good at this game.
We read books.
Look, if you lay down breadcrumbs for your audience
Mhm.
and they pick up on what's going down,
I mean,
that
I
means
did do
you
the
laid the breadcrumbs well.
yeah, I did the Brandon Sanderson thing. It was a moment before it was going to be officially announced. So
So he's just gonna be like, since he's stealthing, he's just sort of like poking his head around this chair here. So
the male dragonborn is looking right at you.
I'm gonna wave.
We can both clearly see each other. Just come out.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, wave a hand down below my waist to, like, keep the others back a moment.
Mm.
That way, if they decide to, like, attack, I'll definitely be the one who gets hit, and hopefully not them. I'm gonna move out so that I feel like I'm further than most AoE magic. I don't know what that is, but he's gonna just move out into the middle.
I'm gonna
It's
give
been
you
shot
guys.
by mages before.
I'm giving you guys torches, but that doesn't do anything in game. It's just
Yeah.
so that we can see you guys.
He's, I imagine Xander's come out. He's got his weapon on his back. He's just got his hands up to the sides.
Okay.
And he's gonna step out alone and say, I imagine you know why I'm here.
That damn elf sent you, didn't he?
He paid me a lot of money to come and find that sword. Well, he promised to pay me a lot of money to find that sword. Sort of like...
He hasn't.
Huh?
The female dragonborn is going to laugh and say he hasn't even paid you yet.
Oh, no. But I also don't know if I should trust him to do that. He was kind of... his friends were rude.
You know nothing of them.
No, I don't. Other than that they were rude to me. So, I guess I want to know why he calls you a friend when you've stolen this thing he thinks is his.
Before we start, are there any others with you?
I mean, maybe. I think that my answer to that should be contingent on whether you're going to try and blow me up.
My answer to that depends on how well this conversation goes. This is the male dragon talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have him do most of the talking so I don't have to do different voices.
Yeah. You're Roland, right?
Yes. What is your name, brother?
I am Xander.
It's always good to see a fellow dragonborn, though I wish it was in better circumstances.
Look, if we need to fight over the sword, I mean, I'll do that, but I honestly... I don't... Marion, did you tell us about the vibe you got?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Well, then Xander knows nothing. But I imagine that you have reasons for, damaging this friendship you once had with this asshole person, whatever his name was, Rethkin, that was it. Rethkin.
He interrupts you and spits on the ground and says, "You will do well to stop insinuating he is our friend."
I'm only using his words. Look, point is that I've got a lot of friends, and if I'm going to suddenly, do something very unfriendly to them, they probably did something to deserve it. Right?
You don't know what this sword is, do you?
I have no way of knowing that, other than that he said it was magic.
This thing... And he grimaces and looks back at it. This thing is not a sword. It is a blight upon the world.
Well, then why not unforge it, unmake it, or bury it somewhere?
Why do you think we are in this school? Where better to find how to destroy it than where it was created?
Alright. Well, I'm gonna look to, gonna turn toward the door where my friends are, and then turn back oh, right, don't give away that there are other people here. Maybe I can help you with that?
One second.
You can tell that, Xander's very unsure of, how to navigate this conversation. But he's doing his best.
You doing
I think
great, honey.
when he looks over, like Elle gives him a thumbs up.
He just, catches that right as he turns back, right, don't give them away.
Yeah, Marion is just, focused in the direction of the Dragonborn.
The female Dragonborn is going to put her hand on the male Dragonborn's shoulder and say, "You must calm yourself." And look at you and say, "Listen, you clearly have no ties to the elf. Get your friends into the room so we can talk and explain what we must do to destroy this weapon."
I'm good with that. Alright, I'm going to move to my... He, checks his hands, so you see him, point toward the ceiling. He's got his hands up next to his head. He just points toward the ceiling, puts his other fingers down so the thumbs are still out. He goes, "Right, I'm going to move to my right."
Have you, given us indication that we should listen to what they've said and move into the room?
No, he's going to get all the way over, but first, and then he's going to turn and say, "Alright, let's put some cards on this table. Marion." He's gonna, kind of point toward the center-ish of, the line between you and he, and just sort of, poke his finger at it.
Huh?
He's, the distance between you and him, he's, pointing toward about the middle of it from where he is, and just poking his finger toward it, indicating it.
So, I should move into the center-ish?
I mean, I want to, kind of say he's doing things non-verbally, so if that is how you interpret it, that is what he means.
That is how I interpret it.
Alright, and then he's going to say, "Carol." And he's just going to point at the chair.
The female Dragonborn will say, "Thank you for your trust. If this is to go well, there must be trust."
He's gonna just sort of, show teeth and be "Well, still a little worried you're gonna try and blow us up. But, yes, I do agree. Trust is important."
The male Dragonborn will say, "What do you know of the sword? What did he tell you?"
That it was magic in such a way that it was, magic, like a +1 weapon, is what he indicated. I don't really have a reason to believe that. He seemed shifty. I imagine that if he's willing to pay 1,500 gold pieces to some strangers to kill you and take it back, that it's got to be a little bit better than even that.
He'll start laughing. He told you it was a +1 weapon. Brother, this is the most dangerous weapon you have ever seen.
Oh, does it shoot lightning?
I wish it just did that.
Is it made of babies? He gets actually really serious as he asks that
Okay.
question.
Yeah, Marion
Okay.
look is staring like through them toward the sword. Very intensely.
The female dragonborn will say, "Have you found the basement?"
He's just going to nod solemnly.
Did you understand what you saw?
I think I did. Carol and
What?
I believe that they were using the students here to make magic weapons.
Magic weapon, singular. Well, the others are technically magical, but in the way that I assume yours are, the trinkets compared to that thing.
How did Rethkin get it?
It looks like we are going to have to tell you everything.
I'd like us to be friends.
That would be good, brother.
I want to
And
jump
she's-
in.
Oh, I want to insight.
Oh yeah, please, anybody jump in. I don't want to control
Yeah.
all of this.
My jumping in was about the time. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that
know
too.
Kate has time stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also going to point that out at some point, but first off, insight 16.
Yep. You can see these. You feel these two are in a lot of pain talking about this, but you don't think that they're lying. They both seem very afraid of the sword that is on the chair behind them. And I think I described the sword before. It's a straight sword, all black. It looks like the blade itself is made of obsidian, and the hilt is black, wrapped in black leather.
The black sword of Blacktitude.
But it, as far as you can tell, it feels like they are just desperate to get through this with the sword still in their possession so that they can destroy it.
Okay.
When do you have until, Kate? I thought it was just 11. Am I wrong? Is it 11:30?
I mean, I need to be at work by 11:30.
Oh, okay.
We should
So,
probably
like-
call it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's call it here.
Because I think this is about to get into
Yeah.
get more involved.
Story time! Alright, sounds good. Let's call it there. Bye!
Bye.